Hey guys, good morning. It is Sunday, 11:54 a.m. I finished my long run this morning around 8 a.m., 16K, and now Ariel and I are on the way to the gym. We're gonna do an upper body workout. I haven't had any calories in me yet this whole day just because we had a big dinner last night. So after this workout, we're probably gonna get something to eat just to refuel. So, but yeah, other than that, it's a pretty typical day. We'll see you guys in a bit. So the hunger and the fatigue is starting to set in, but it's when you rely on discipline and just push through it.
Good morning, everyone. Checking in live from the long run. You know it's a rough one when I'm wearing a shirt, but yeah, it's been a tough weekend. Doing my easy run right now. Basically did some kind of sporting activity every day this weekend. So my legs are just dead. So I'm gonna take this easy run, very easy. Try to shake out those legs, recover a little bit, and then I'm going to skip the gym for today. We are talking a little bit about finding routes and everything this week, so I'll finish the run and then talk about it, and then talk about pacing, finding my pace as well. So for now, let me finish this run and I'll check in with you guys in just a bit. Good evening. In fact, I started recording earlier and then never finished the video. So did the easy run this morning. Felt a lot better after the run. So I'm super thankful I got it done. Maybe I did just need to get the blood flowing a little bit. Spent the rest of the day resting. So hopefully tomorrow we're ready to go. Feel back energized. I'm on my way to football practice. I coach a high school football team, so we have these summer workouts going on at the moment. But wanted to speak about, like I mentioned earlier, how to find my trails and also how I find my pace. I thought that was important to speak about. And I'm out of gas. But in order, like when it comes to finding trails or routes to run, I'm a little bit of a creature of habits. I've been going on pretty much all of my runs, honestly. I've been going to the waterfront that is near my house, and it's essentially it's a straightaway and right around 11 to 12 kilometers straight away. So what I do is honestly I just go there and it's not a loop, but I'll just go down and back until I've done the mileage that I need to do for that day. And I've really been enjoying that because it goes by the beach, it goes more into the woods, and so there's all types of scenery that you get to see, and it's super quiet, and I've really been enjoying that. And the other reason I also do that trail is because my house basically sits on a hill. So if I run a mile in any direction, I'll basically at some point will have to run a super intense hill, which I am training hills, but I don't always feel like doing a super intense hill on every run. So that's why I usually drive, like I said, it's 5 minutes from my house, and I've really enjoyed that trail as a whole. But if I do happen to be, whether it's on the road or somewhere out and about, there's also this function on my Garmin. When I talked about my Garmin being my best friend now, there's this function on my Garmin where I can create, and I'll show a little example where I can create a trail for myself. I put in a starting point and it will create, I put in the amount of miles I want to run, and it will create a run for me, a map for me. So that's a pretty handy tool that I use every once in a while if I'm out and about. And then obviously my speed runs, I typically go to the track. I've been enjoying that, but it's summertime right now, so when school starts, since I do my speed run on Fridays, I might have to find an alternative, but for now it's been working out just fine. And then when it comes to finding pace, I thought that it was important to talk about this, because I think that we always talk about like, oh, we're running at this kilometer, this minute per kilometer, or this minute per mile pace, and it's like figuring out how do you find, you know, what pace was right for you, or what pace are you even going to run to, right? Like we speak about race pace, but how do you guess what race pace is going to be? I think that the number one way to figure out, you know, it's don't worry about the pace if you're a beginner runner, and worry more about heart rate. That's going to tell you, you know, where you are. You know, if you get out of zone 2, zone 3, zone 4 heart rate, and figure out what that is, because that's different for every person, and try to stay within a manageable heart rate for yourself. I think that that's the best way to pace yourself, and then you can match that with whatever pace you ran. But for myself, what I did is we ran a 10K, all three of us ran a 10K in June, which was 2 weeks before we started our marathon training. So what I did is I put that into a website, and I'll show an example of that as well, that calculates what your estimate or what the equivalent would be. And that gave me what I should be shooting for in the marathon. And then I started, you know, I think it was like 3:42. And since my goal was going to be under 4 hours, I was like, let me get myself a little bit of wiggle room and go 3:45. And then I took, you know, you can use any type of chart out there and just see what do I need to run in terms of minute per kilometer or minute per mile in order to run a marathon in 3 hours and 45 minutes. So I did that conversion, and that's what I've been using for my training. So all my training, I'm trying to do whenever there's a race pace, I try to go at 8 minutes 30 seconds. And then obviously easy runs, it's really based on feel. I try to, you know, be able to talk and try to be at a comfortable pace. And then my steady runs, that's where I try to figure it out. But gotta have to practice. I'm already late, but I'll check in with you guys at some point throughout the week. I'll figure out what I want to record for this week. But see y'all. Checking in, 5 miles done. Feeling pretty good, actually. This is the view I was talking about. Super beautiful waterfront behind me. Pretty happy. Race pace all the way. Didn't feel great. Feel the legs still feel a little heavy. The day off tomorrow is definitely going to be welcome. But before that, I have to train legs. So check in with you guys later.
All right, it's Wednesday today, week 6. Almost halfway there, but I'm really starting to feel it now, especially in my legs and my knees. But yeah, still got to keep pushing. I am icing my legs pretty much every day, post runs. Even when I'm not running, I'm just icing them because it's starting to hurt a lot now. But especially after that 16K, that was a lot. That took a lot out of me. That was probably one of the hardest runs I've done so far. And even though last year I did do a half marathon, came in an atrocious time, but like I felt just as bad as when I did that half marathon after that 16K. But yeah, so just gonna relax, get back into it. I did miss my Tuesday easy runs. I'm gonna do that today. And this week's gonna be a little bit weird because I am traveling, going to see my parents. So I'm gonna try to get in at least 3 out of the 4 runs. If I get 4 out of 4, that'd be cool. But I think we do have another 16K this Sunday, so I don't want to overdo it with the time that I have. So yeah, today I'll just get an easy run in. Maybe Friday I'll get the 8K in, take a rest on Saturday, and then just pull through for the full 16 on Sunday for this week. But I am trying to stay consistent, but like within limits, obviously. So we'll just see how the body feels, and just keep it going. Yeah, so it's typical of my Wednesday runs. The sun's usually already setting, and it might get dark. I didn't bring my night light today because it's only a 30-minute run. Something light, so I didn't think it was necessary. But I'm gonna shoot some clips of the path I use for my quick runs whenever I'm in a rush. I might not get to show you guys my long run route because I am going to see my parents leaving tomorrow. But I'm sure in future videos I'll show it to you. But yeah, enjoy the view.
The big thing about this loop is going around it is just a bit over 1 kilometer. So if I want to keep things close to home, I just do this loop. If I'm doing a 5K, I'll just do 5 loops. That's the max I would do here because it kind of gets boring. And then we got the lake coming up. Have a nice sunset. This is the bench I usually I'm dying on in the middle of my runs. I think I showed you guys this in our very first episode. Just a little dash along the lake. It's a decent path. This one, not too much activity at night as well. So it does get dark though. That's why I have my night light. Good morning. It's Friday. We are doing our interval runs today. So I usually do this on a track, but I'm trying out something new today. I'm headed to the Bentley, where they have this small track going, and I'll show you guys in a bit. Just to show you guys, this is the track.
All right, reporting live from the car again. Man, it has been a week. Just dropped off my son at daycare. I threw out my back doing squats earlier this week. Just exhausted. I'm gonna try to get. It's Friday, so I'm gonna try to get this speed run in. But took yesterday off, obviously, but don't feel great. So we'll see how it goes. But if I need to call it quits, we will, but we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a go.
Last lap. Here we go. Gotta push.
Lap 8, 3:34.
Whew. Done. Normally I jog during my recover, but I was trying to have a little less impact on my joints and everything, give my back a little bit of a break, so we're walking today. All right, I'll get my cool down done in a little bit, and I'll check in after. All right, that's a wrap. Gonna do a little bit of stretching, get some rest. Overall back feels okay. It's a little tight, obviously, but that's to be expected. But I have a couple osteopath, physio appointments coming up, so we'll work on it. We have another 16K, 10-mile long run on Sunday.
So I really got to catch up on some rest, and I just have to learn to be a little gracious with myself. So one of the big priorities was avoid injuries, and so it's felt like a little bit of a setback here, and I'm kind of mad at myself and everything. So I gotta relax, just take the days, listen to your body, and we'll be okay. But checking out for now, and I'll catch up with you guys later.